Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate.
They say opposites attract. That's why the Sleep Number Smart Bed is the best bed for couples. You can choose what's right for you whenever you like. You like a bed that feels firm but they want soft? Sleep Number does that. You want to sleep cooler while they want to feel warm? Sleep Number does that too. Why choose a Sleep Number Smart Bed? So you can choose your ideal comfort on either side. And now save 50% off on the new Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed. Limited time, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. See store or sleepnumber.com for details.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey everybody, I'm Jen.
I'm Jess.
And we're Fat Mascara, the only beauty podcast you need in your life.
We're beauty editors by day and podcasters by night.
And we've got all the industry gossip for you.
Like insider product reviews and advice you're not going to find online.
And the best part is interviews with the most sought after experts in the beauty biz.
Charlotte Tilbury,
Jen Atkin,
and makeup artist Sir John.
That's just a taste of what you're going to get on the Fat Mascara podcast.
So come hang with us.
New episodes drop every Tuesday and Thursday.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Husband!
Wife!
Are you ready to wrap this shit up?
I am so ready to wrap this shit up.
What are we doing today?
Well, we're back again after a bit of an absence, and we're getting ready to jump into the very, very end.
The final.
The very final, the last of...
The final episode of Micah.
Yeah, which would be the Contradictions episode.
Excuse you. It's you're always wrong.
And yet again. Yeah. All right. So you got some good contradictions for us this time?
I mean, mediocre.
But there's that.
I know.
You're just doing a great job there.
I know.
Keep it up, wife.
I'm
sell this show
bad at selling
so hard. It's unbelievable. I think about it every night, about how well you promote our show.
But here's the thing, though. My charm is in that I'm blatantly honest and I'm completely authentic.
No, I got it.
That's the charm. So
I just love it when I ask you for the selling, and you're like, no.
I don't know how. I literally do not. I'm like, yeah, this will be great.
All right. So,
I mean, I'll be fun.
Yeah,
I'll bring the fun.
Yeah.
It's a You're Always Wrong episode. That's fun.
Right.
So, I mean,
yes.
Are the questions good? Nah. But am I cool? Yeah. So you were just asking the wrong question.
All right. Are you ready to do this?
Are you?
I am.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. Okay, are you ready for this?
I am ready.
You're always wrong.
I know.
You weren't
That's
ready.
the whole basis.
But you weren't ready for that, were you?
This entire episode.
You weren't ready for that.
What do you mean I wasn't ready for that?
You were not ready
I said
for
I
that.
know. I was right there.
Yeah, but you didn't expect me to say that.
I don't expect much of what you say to say.
That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
All right, so I only had a few questions for this one, and the first couple I didn't even address because listen.
No, I know.
One of them was only refuted in the New Testament, which we haven't reached yet.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, fuck you then.
Okay. Yeah.
And the other one is like the name game. Who's the Lord of this world? Like, what are we calling him today? And I'm like, different people call him different things. We already know that. You're the Lord of the world. I'm the Lord of the world. Yahweh, El, whatever we're calling him this week. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Which means then I'm like, okay.
So what are the contradictions?
I guess I don't have a lot of choice. I got to go with the other ones, whether they suck or not.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I have 3.
Oh, okay.
And they all suck. Are you ready?
I'm ready for these shitty, sucky contradictions.
Number 1.
Yes, let's do it.
Number 1.
First shitty contradiction.
Does God ever get furious? Yes or no?
Fuck yeah, he does.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, God is often, always furious. I would say always. Yeah, never not be mad, never not fear the Lord.
Right.
Yeah. We've got indications of that in Isaiah. For example, I didn't put every single instance because that would be the whole Bible.
Sure.
So I just put one example in Isaiah. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations and his fury upon all their armies.
Mm-hmm.
That was chapter 34, verse 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Another one is in Jeremiah. Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury. It sure do.
Right.
That was in chapter 30, verse 23.
Okay.
And Micah, of course. Chapter 5, verse 15. And I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard, those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it says it just like that.
Right.
Okay, but guess what?
It said motherfuckers in there.
It did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm just checking.
My translation of the Bible. But guess what?
What?
You're always wrong.
Okay.
And I only listed one here.
Okay. All right. This is in Micah, I'm assuming.
No, it's in Isaiah.
Oh, okay.
It says, fury is not in me.
Fury is, okay.
It's not.
Even though it specifically says it other places.
In Isaiah.
Yeah.
No. Fury's not in God.
Right.
God is a loving God.
He's not furious when he is killing people. That's not fury. It's love.
Joy.
That's love.
That's joy.
That's what.
He's a mass murdering son of a bitch. He's a serial killer.
I mean, that, if it was joy, then that would explain a lot, actually. If he was just a mass murderer who enjoyed it, then that would actually make it better.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, all right, he is just an asshole. Mm-hmm. He's an asshole of a god.
And we can deal with that, but we can't even be honest.
Right.
Good grief.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Does God desire animal sacrifices? Yes or no?
I mean, yeah. We went through a whole fucking thing with it.
I know.
Now, okay, there's more to it, but I mean, yes.
Generally speaking,
he does.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, we've got proof of that in Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Deuteronomy.
Mm-hmm.
Do I even need to read those? Because that's the entire...
No, here's what you need to know about that. They talked about where to splatter the fucking blood.
Right.
It's not just that he required sacrifices. It's that there's specific instructions on how God wanted you to splatter the fucking blood.
And what types of animals correspond with each of the things that you're sorry about.
Right. And if you don't want that, you don't cover how to splatter the fucking blood.
And we're...
Flucking.
And which animals to sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, I did write down an example of each of those, but
just go back and read those books.
Yeah.
Or listen to them from us.
Yeah.
We went through it in detail.
I mean, it's basically the Torah, the first 5 books, the Pentateuch,
yeah.
The law. Yeah.
The law
those are
from God
rules.
on how to kill animals for God.
Yeah.
Because he wants you to.
Yeah.
Because he said to.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, the answer is very yes.
The answer is very yes.
Okay, but guess what?
Fuck you.
You're always wrong, unfortunately, because it's the Bible, not you.
Yeah, no, I know.
But
I know.
I'm just trying to placate you a little bit.
Just for the record, that was a fuck you directed at the Bible, not you.
I know that. Okay. I'm glad you clarified for the audience, because you would never tell me that.
No.
Only I get to say fuck you or fuck off, because we all know that it's meant in jest and affection.
Right.
But you may never tell me that. Say you agree.
What that I agree with what?
That you must never tell your wife.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Fuck you or fuck off.
I would, I agree.
See? Okay. All right. So, no, God does not desire animal sacrifices. And the book of Psalms is the first book of the Bible to claim that God does not desire animal sacrifices. And I remember when we read this and we were like, what?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
This is separate from the I don't want your empty gestures. If you're going to do it right. Like this is separate from that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there are places like just recently in Micah where he's like, if you're going to do it right, or don't do it at all.
Sure.
That's separate from, oh no, I would never. I don't like animal sacrifices, which is what we're talking about here.
Oh, okay. All right.
In Psalm 40, verse 60, he says, sacrifice and offering thou didst not desire. It sings a person to God. You don't like those things. I'm so happy I love God, because he sacrificed an offering thou didst not desire. You know? That's how that song goes.
Yeah, back then it was like a top 40 hit.
I bet. And I bet it was even higher than that when they did the Kids Bop version.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's another psalm, Psalm 51, verse 16.
Yeah.
For thou desirest not sacrifice, thou delightest not in burnt offerings.
Okay.
Did you like that?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay. And then we go on to Isaiah. Now we're out of Psalm, okay, and we moved on to Isaiah.
Okay.
Chapter 66, verse 3, he that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man, that fucker. You can't be killing animals.
Well, now that could be just in reference to killing it outside of the sacrificing place.
Humph.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily.
All right. Well, then let's move on to Jeremiah, where it's a little more specific. Okay.
All right.
Chapter 7, verses 21 and 22.
Yeah.
Put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices and eat flesh, for I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. I did not. I would never. I never told them to do that.
Fucking printed that in your goddamn book.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. In Jeremiah, God is like, I did never tell them to do such a thing.
Well, since humans wrote this book, right?
Yeah.
Remember there was that whole bit where they lost the Book of Moses for a while? Mm-hmm. They're like...
And then they found it.
Surely that never happened, right?
Yeah.
That's why we don't do it now.
Right,
and then like, oh, fuck, we were wrong.
Oopsie, let's just pretend. Carry on. And then in Hosehead, chapter 6, verse 6 of Hosea. Hosehead.
Yes, right.
Yeah. For I desired mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of God more than the burnt offerings.
More, but there's the more.
I just wanted you to love me. I don't need your sacrifices. Have mercy, baby.
I don't understand how sacrificing an animal puts you closer to God. I really don't. I mean, I guess maybe. Like I'm gonna give them the most credit I can give them here, and that's that back then these animals were very much part of who you were as a person and your livelihood and how you survived, right?
Well, the word sacrifice doesn't mean like giving a gift. It means giving up something that means something very important to you. Sure. Like your very last possible scrap of food, you give that to your child and you sacrifice that for your child, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not just like, I'm giving it to God, whatever.
I have a feeling this died out as a practice because they saw the priests eating their fucking sacrifices. Yeah. And they're like, you know what? Fuck you. Yeah. Like, this is some bullshit. Y'all are eating good while we're starving. Yeah. Someone peeked through the porthole and they're like, those fuckers are eating our goddamn sacrifices. This ain't going to God. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying. These guys are fat and happy while we're starving. Yeah. Not cool, bros. And then people later were like, yeah, we don't really need that. That's not what we need. Because they're like, don't hurt us because we're eating. We'll just say we don't need it, you know, because then then that makes you happier.
And then everybody keeps their own food.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, we come to Micah, chapter 6, verses 6 and 7. Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams?
Will he?
It was very sarcastic. I don't know if you recall that.
Yeah, right.
And when we read that chapter, it was very like, is this the thing that we're supposed to do? But I will go so far as to admit that Micah was where we got into the, but don't do it out of emptiness. Don't do empty gestures. So I'm not sure that one counts as a Micah contradiction.
Yeah.
It is a contradiction, but I don't know that it counts as a Micah contradiction.
I think we've covered how it's not, like, I think there was other prophets that covered that same message.
Yes. Yes.
So.
I'm just, in the interest of being fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of the questions I included because we didn't have a lot, but in the interest of being fair, I just want to say I don't necessarily think that this is a Micah contradiction, although it is a contradiction.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, last one. Ready?
I'm ready.
Is God merciful? Yes or no?
No.
For example, and these both come from Micah.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Right, yeah.
Micah chapter 1, verse 12. But evil came down from the Lord unto the gate of Jerusalem. That evil, you know.
Yeah.
He brought that evil down.
So it came down from, like, there was evil coming down from
the
God,
Lord.
basically.
Yeah, from God.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's an interesting phrasing. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure, did it read that way? I wonder if in our book that we were reading, or is that just like one of the translations? Because I don't recall that specific phrase, but it's an interesting way to phrase it.
I would have to look. I honestly don't recall.
Okay. All right.
But then guess what?
I'm wrong?
You're always wrong, my love.
Yeah.
You get nothing right ever. Micah chapter 7, verse 18.
Yeah.
Who is a God like unto thee? Oh, I fucking love you. That pardoneth iniquity and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage. He that retaineth not his anger forever. He's such a loving God. I want to lick him all over because he delighteth in mercy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so good. God's so good.
He doesn't.
He tastes delicious. I love that God. I just want to fuck him 10 times over.
He only delights in mercy if you're one of the few people he deems it's okay that can survive his wrath.
On that Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that's it for the you're always wrong portion.
Okay.
However, cause for effect.
Right.
You know what we have now, of course.
Quiz.
We have a pop quiz.
Yeah.
And guess what?
I'm going to be wrong.
Probably. I only got 3 out of 10.
That's what I heard.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
And I got the you need to try harder. That's the message I got. So, ooh.
I'm kind of worried.
Well, for one thing, it's been a while. Like, we broke these chapters. I mean, it took us a month to cover 7 chapters.
It did.
So I'm going to give you that kind of leeway, Grace.
Right.
Also, I don't know that we paid attention to the right things that this quiz wanted us to retain.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'll give you that as well.
All right.
I was like, I have no idea what the fuck.
Well, lay it on me. Let's see what I can do here.
All right. Number 1.
Yeah.
What shall go down on the prophets according to Micah? I will. Yeah, baby.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Is this multiple choice?
Oh, yeah. Do you want multiple choice?
I do. Yeah, you got caught up in your joke there.
I did. I was laughing so hard at my own jolly folly.
Yeah.
All right. What shall go down on the prophets according to Micah? Is it the moon, rain, wind, or the sun? And I'll read it again for those playing at home.
Yeah.
What shall go down on the prophets according to Micah? Moon, rain, wind, or sun?
Sun.
That's what I guessed, and I can't remember if it's right or wrong.
That's all right.
But it just seemed like that song, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Elton John and George Michael.
Sure.
They did that duet.
I don't recall it. But
oh my God, it was so good. I'll play it for you.
I believe.
I mean, it's a George Michael song, I believe, but then there was a live duet that they did together, and it's so good. Maybe they did it together always. I don't know. I thought it was a George Michael song originally. I could be wrong. Whatever. Anyway,
it's something.
So good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You know the song I'm talking about, right?
I don't. That's what I just said. I don't know what you're talking about.
That is tragic because I didn't do a bad job with that. Okay. Number 2. Fuck off. From where shall come forth a ruler in Israel, according to Micah, whose coming forth is from old. Okay. Here's your choices, which I think you know this one.
All right.
Egypt, Bethlehem Ephrathah, Damascus, or Jerusalem. And I'll read it again for those playing at home.
Right.
From where shall come forth a ruler in Israel, according to Micah, whose coming forth is from old? Egypt, Bethlehem Ephrathah, Damascus, or Jerusalem?
Well, it's got to be Bethlehem Ephrathah.
That's what I thought.
Because it's one of those prophets that's got or prophecies that's got to come true.
Yeah.
So
right.
That's got to be it.
And that's where Jesus came from. Right?
I think I recall that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Okay. Number 3. According to Micah, what shall go forth from Zion? Is it the law, the word of the Lord, weapons, or troops? Is it good shit or bad shit? Is the first thing you got to ask yourself.
Right. Okay.
And then you got 2 choices of each one. So I'll read them again for those playing at home. According to Micah, what shall go forth from Zion? Is it the law, the word of the Lord, weapons, or troops?
I don't know exactly, but I think I'm going to have to say it's the word of the Lord.
I think that's what I guessed, and I think it's wrong.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's the law, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
I don't know. Don't trust me because I don't fucking remember anything.
Sure. Okay.
All right. Number 4. I do know that that's what I guessed, and I do think that I got that wrong.
Okay. All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Number 4. In the days of how many kings did the word of the Lord come to Micah? I was like, I don't know what that...
Days of how many kings?
Yeah, how many kings? Ready?
Okay.
2 kings, 3 kings, 7 kings, 12 kings. I'll read it again for those playing at home. In the days of how many kings did the word of the Lord come to Micah? I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
Your choices are 2, 3, 7, or 12.
I feel like he lived through 3 kings. So I'm going to go with 3 kings.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's what it's referencing.
Yeah, I picked 12. 12 was wrong. So I don't fucking know.
We'll go with 3.
Sure. Okay, number 5.
Yeah.
According to Micah, what did the Lord say he will make Samaria? A battlefield, a forest, a desert, a place for planting vineyards. Okay, I'm going to read it again.
Yeah.
According to Micah, what did the Lord say he will make Samaria? Battlefield, forest, desert, a place for planting vineyards.
Well, I generally, when God says he's going to make something bad for an area, he says the desert. So I'm going to go with that one. I don't know if I'm right about that or not, because I also feel like he was going to let the enemy do something there that was like grow vineyards. So, but I'm gonna say desert.
Okay. And I think that's what I guessed also, based on the same reasoning.
Yeah.
I think it was wrong, and I think it is
the vineyard.
The vineyard.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, I chose desert.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I let you make that decision. I'm leaving it as it is.
Right.
But if I remember correctly, it's the vineyard one.
Okay.
Okay, number 6. In the book of Micah, to where shall all her carved images, wages, and idols return? The fee of a prostitute, the treasury, the Baal priests, or strangers? I'll read it again. In the book of Micah, to where shall all her carved images, wages, and idols return? Is it the fee of a prostitute, the treasury, the Baal priests, or strangers?
I am going to go with the fee of a prostitute.
I believe that is correct, sir.
Okay.
That is not what I guessed.
I vaguely remember something like that being said. And then also it's just such a weird answer to be in there.
Yeah.
That it almost has to be the right answer.
I think I guessed either strangers or Baal priests because I was like, I don't know.
Got it.
But yeah. I think you guessed the right one.
Okay. All right.
Number 7. According to Micah, who gives judgment for a bride? A bribe. A bribe, not a bride. Let me read the question again.
Yeah.
According to Micah, who gives judgment for a bribe? It's priests, it's prophets, it's heads, or it's magicians. Okay, I'm going to read it again.
Sure.
According to Micah, who gives judgments for a bribe? It's priests, it's prophets, it's heads, or it's magicians.
I believe it is the prophets.
I honestly do not recall that one.
Got it.
And I don't know if I got it right or wrong either.
Sure.
All right, number 8. What will split open when the Lord comes out of his place according to Micah? Is it mountains, valleys, earth, or sea? Now we'll read it again.
Okay.
What will split open when the Lord comes out of his place according to Micah? Mountains, valleys, earth, or sea?
I am going to go with earth.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that one.
I had guessed mountains.
Sure.
I remember that the correct answer was valleys because I thought, but the valley's already kind of a split in a way.
Right.
And I just thought that was weird and dumb.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I remember that one.
Okay.
So no, you got that one wrong, I'm pretty sure.
Right. Yeah.
Number 9. According to Micah, what will the Lord make the horn of a daughter of Zion? Ready?
I'm ready.
Is it silver, gold, iron, or bronze? I'll ask it again. According to Micah, what will the Lord make the horn of daughter of Zion? Is it silver, gold, iron, or bronze?
I am going to go with, I feel like this is a reference to the more technologically advanced things that are going to be attacking them. So I'm going to go with iron.
I think it's bronze. I think I had picked gold because I remember that they were always talking about gold and me going, the fuck do you need gold for? But that was more Garden of Eden stuff.
Got it.
So I think it was bronze, but I could be wrong.
Sure.
I mean, don't trust me on anything. That's why I'm not helping you at all.
Yeah, right.
Because clearly my memory is
remembered
for
a couple
shit.
of them, though.
I mean, we'll see if I did.
Right.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. This is the last one.
All right.
According to Micah, what does the Lord require? To love kindness, to do justice, to walk humbly, or all of the above?
Okay.
Yeah. Ready?
I'm ready.
According to Micah, what does the Lord require? To love kindness, to do justice, to walk humbly, or all of the above?
I'm a big proponent of picking all of the above just because.
That's the one I picked too. I believe that's correct.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. All right.
So you're tabulating the results now?
Do you want me to tell you the final? Or
tell me how many I got right.
Okay,
and then,
hold on.
Yeah, and then we'll go.
Yeah, that's at the bottom. Let me scroll. You got more than I did.
Did I?
You got 6 out of 10.
Damn, I doubled your score.
You did. Motherfucker.
Apparently, husband is not always wrong.
Well, anyways.
That's a passing grade, and sort of.
Number 1, what shall go down on the prophets according to Micah? And
not
it ain't wife. Yeah. The answer was son. But I feel like I know that's the one I guessed. And I feel like I got that one wrong. But now it's saying you got it right.
Well,
See, I don't remember shit about shit. But I know that's the one I guessed because I thought of that song.
Right.
Okay. Number 2, from where shall come forth a ruler in Israel, according to Micah, whose coming forth is from old? And the answer was Bethlehem. Duh.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, yes. You got this one wrong. According to Micah, what shall go forth from Zion? The choices were the law, the word of the Lord, weapons, or troops. You guessed word of the law. That's the one or word of the Lord.
Yeah.
That's the one I guessed as well. That's the one you guessed. The answer was the law.
Okay.
whatever.
All right.
I feel like the word of the Lord and the law, like, I feel like that's being tricksy.
I agree.
Because the law is the word of the Lord.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, okay, number 4. In the days of how many kings did the word of the Lord come to Micah?
Yeah.
The choices were 2, 3, 7, or 12 kings. And you got 3 kings correct.
Ah, hey,
good guess.
There you go.
Because I know you didn't know it.
I didn't know it, but I took an educated guess based on how many kings that he had been around. So
been around.
Yeah.
Dude's been around.
I'm just saying. You know.
Yeah. All right, number 5.
Yeah.
According to Micah, what did the Lord say he will make Samaria? Yeah, this is just as I said. We both guessed desert, which was wrong.
Yeah.
It's a place for planting vineyards.
Okay.
So,
I did at the time
mention that.
I was like, it's. I feel like it should be this.
It's either the worst or the best.
Turning bad place. Like if he wants to destroy a place, he's like desert. It's desert.
It's always desert. Yeah.
But this one was one where he was like allowing somebody. Like he's not just ruining it. He's ruining it so that somebody else can come in and plant something good there.
Right.
And that's why this was like almost worse than the desert. Because it's like your enemy will be planting vineyards here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember which one it was and whatever.
And sometimes he's like, and I'll let the remnant live and they'll have vineyards because remnants and grapes.
Right, right.
So it's like you can never tell.
Deserts and vineyards, right?
Yep.
And that's what.
That's the name of my next book. Number 6. In the book of Micah, to where shall all her carved images, wages, and idols return?
Yeah.
And you did get this right, as I said. Fee of a prostitute.
Yeah.
So that was good on you.
Yeah.
I got that one wrong. Number 7, according to Micah, who gives judgment for a bribe? Is it its priests, its prophets, its heads, or its magicians? And we both got this wrong. I said it's priests. You said it's prophets, but the answer was it's heads.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't.
The people in charge. I feel like that was worded poorly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they were talking about it and they were saying like the leaders and the prophet, like everybody.
Yeah.
So
the dudes in charge are the priests and the prophets and the heads of state.
Yeah.
So anyway, I felt like that was a stupid one.
Yeah.
I mean, they all are really, but.
Yeah, right.
Okay, number 8. What will split open when the Lord comes out of his place, according to Micah? And I had guessed mountains. You guessed earth. We were both wrong. It was valleys, which, as I said, is a stupid answer.
I agree.
And I don't recall that being a thing.
Yeah.
But I also don't care.
Well, and that's the thing, too. A lot of these times when we do these quizzes, they're basing them a lot of the time on the King James Version. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to interpret some of these answers the way that they want you to.
The wording isn't the same.
Right.
But also they ask like trivial bullshit that's like, oh, I didn't know you were going to ask what color was the stick that they passed on Tuesday. Like, I don't know. They passed a stick every day. Why do I have to remember the color of the stick on Tuesday?
Right.
Like, why is that important?
Yeah.
It's just gotcha trivia bullshit. It's memorizing nonsense.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. To me, learning is different from memorizing. Memorizing is trivia bullshit that you're just trying to show your teacher that you read it. Learning is the important facts of it that are interesting, that you're like, and this led to this. Isn't that so cool?
Right.
So, yeah, bullshit. Number 9, you got this one right. According to Micah, what will the Lord make the horn of daughter of Zion? And it was iron. You were right.
Yeah.
I think I guessed gold and got it wrong.
Sure.
So,
but that's just like because people used iron as like the weapons and stuff like it was a thing. They were going into the Iron Age, so it was a thing that was happening. Like iron represented this like advancement that was happening in military forces. Mm-hmm. So that's why I went with that.
Sure. Number 10, we both got this one right. According to Micah, what does the Lord require? All the things, all of the above. Love kindness, do justice, and walk humbly.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I do remember that.
When a question asks you and it says all the above, it's almost always all of the above.
If it's one of those quizzes but it's never said all of the above on any. Have you ever had those questions? Like at college, they would ask these like ridiculous questions that were like, the answers were A and E, C and B,
yes,
all of the above, none of the above, everything but C.
I fucking hate those.
Those are on purpose being mean.
Yeah.
Like, can we just have a talk about it and I'll tell you what I know? Like, honestly, can we just have a conversation and you judge based on the conversation? Did I get the gist of the lesson?
Yeah.
Like, I can't do these like logic problem. Like, that is a different kind of thinking. And that is not how I learn.
Sure.
So yeah. I hate it.
Yeah.
Like, let's just have a talk and then you can be like, oh, okay, well, you said mountain. That was definitely wrong. It was valley. So that one was wrong, right? But like, remember how you gave the answer about the desert versus the vineyard, right?
Right?
Like, if we were just having that conversation with somebody, they would be like, yeah, you're right. And I can see how you did. Yeah, definitely. That makes sense.
Sure.
You're right. God does always do one or the other.
Yeah.
You can't really know which way it's going to go.
Right. And memorizing it for this specific chapter, this specific book, isn't really pertinent to the whole theme of the Bible.
Right. And that's another thing. Like, they ask you questions that really, that's what you want me to take from the Bible?
It's more to test your knowledge of that. Like, how much were you paying attention? Were you paying attention very specifically or just like a little bit specifically? And when we're reading through it, I am paying attention, but I'm listening for ideas that are more prevalent throughout the whole.
Yeah, I'm looking at the whole, not individual little verses.
Right.
I'm not trying to get into like a verse war at the local bar.
Right.
I'm like actually trying to pay attention to the story as a whole. What was the message? What was the idea?
Yeah.
Not, again, what color was the goddamn stick that we passed on Tuesday?
Right.
Like, I'll be honest, I have no fucking idea. Did we pass a stick on Tuesday? Or was it Wednesday? I don't know what I said at this point. You know why? Because it's trivial. And you know what the word trivia means? Not important.
Yeah.
Extraneous bullshittery.
But it's fun, though. It's fun. I enjoy these.
No, it's fun, but it's annoying. It's only fun for me when I get at least half of them right. Otherwise,
that's why wife is ranting right now.
Yeah.
Because wife only got 3 right.
Yeah. And you got more than I did.
I got more than half right.
I hate that because it makes it sound like you're smarter than me, and I don't like that. I don't like that. How can you always be wrong and then you did better than me on the fucking pop quiz?
I don't know. How does that happen?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Let's never do that again.
All right. You got anything else for us on this Contradictions episode?
No, I think I ranted enough.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was all we had for today. Mm-hmm. And we will be back. I've got to get the weekly replay up, which, I've got to get the replay up that's covering what normally is done in the week. Mm-hmm. And then we'll be back shortly with the new book of the Bible we're starting.
Yeah, chapter 1 of Nahum.
Yeah.
Nahum.
So we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Opinions will always differ, and so they should. Because everyone draws from different influences. Parents, peers, politics, education, media, culture. What you believe depends on who you believe. Financial Times readers know that their opinions are reliable because they're shaped by trusted journalism. Robust opinions. Confident decisions. Source, FT. To subscribe, go to ft.com/sourceft.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey everybody, I'm Jen.
I'm Jess.
And we're Fat Mascara, the only beauty podcast you need in your life.
We're beauty editors by day and podcasters by night.
And we've got all the industry gossip for you.
Like insider product reviews and advice you're not going to find online.
And the best part is interviews with the most sought after experts in the beauty biz.
Charlotte Tilbury,
Jen Atkin,
and makeup artist Sir John.
That's just a taste of what you're going to get on the Fat Mascara podcast.
So come hang with us.
New episodes drop every Tuesday and Thursday.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.